Kiko from Kyoto, Japan, and I have been on a high raw vegan diet for over 21 years. And this year, I have been pretty much sticking on fully raw vegan diet. And today's topic is my hormonal imbalance started dot. So I wanted to share something that's super vulnerable. I like to talk as much as possible about something that could be helpful for people. And let me connect with my Instagram as well so people can come. Yeah. So yes, I have been on a high raw vegan diet and it has helped so much in my quality of life, and that's why I'm sticking with this diet for 21 years. And I do think one of the biggest secret and key to this world and living a healthy lifestyle is in a raw vegan diet, which is closest to the nature. But today's topic again is, when did my hormonal imbalance started? So some of you might know already that I had endometriosis, and I have been suffering from that for 8 years. So since the time I moved to France, Paris, with my husband, where I stayed for 4 years, I have I discovered that I had endometriosis, and my period became so unbearably uh, painful, and it was just very horrific. Uh, and I there's so much to share on this topic alone, but what I wanted to share today is how it started my hormonal imbalance. So to take you back to where I started my period, that was when I was around was 14 when I was 14 years old. Summer, I remember summer in summer when I was 14 years old. So that's 36 years ago. And my period was very, I don't know how, it was light. I had no pain whatsoever. I often forget that I had period. Like, I had no negative history or story about my cycle. And when I moved to the States, that was when I was 20 years old, I've experienced some discomfort of period. So like 6 years, I think I didn't even track because it was nothing to complain about. So I never paid attention to my cycle. And then when I was 20, when I was living in California, then I had some discomfort, but not all the time. I just needed like a hot thing to put on my stomach, and I was okay with it. And I could be always active and do whatever I want. I never had any headache. And then the whole thing changed when I was in early 30s. So this thumbnail for this YouTube, Facebook is you can see September 11. So 2001 September 11. Well, I just started working as a consultant in New York City, and after the September 11th, I was assigned to work in Ground Zero. And I have shared more in detail in my book, brand new book, which came out this year. This is my first book called Namadō. If you're interested, it's in the description of YouTube or Facebook. So please check it out so you can learn more if you're interested. And so, yeah, so the period was all rather light and no pain. I never understood what it means to be, what it means to have PMS or heavy cycle or painful cycle. Like I never had any of that. And then when I started working in this intense project in 2001, so late September 2001, for 6 months until March next year, the following year. And I started to feel something different in my body. I started to have more frequent headaches, which was very rare for me. I had respiratory issues. Sometimes I had no idea why, but my chest was hurting, and yeah. So within a year or two, I started to have some major issues with. Well, I started to have some pain in my like lower stomach area, and I went to see a gynecologist, and she found ovarian cyst, which I ended up having surgery to remove the cyst, and that was pretty big. It was a grapefruit size and tangerine size, and she just removed the bigger one. And within 3-4 months ago, when I was just recovering from that surgery, she found another big one, the same size, ovarian cyst. So that was a wake up call, and that's how I went into raw vegan journey. And so ever since then, well, honestly, I don't know for sure what happened, but after the surgery, my period became even worse. I had like a super heavy period. I had like a painful period. It was just my hormone was going crazy. But thanks to raw vegan diet, I was okay as long as I ate a high raw vegan diet and also not too much of gluten and alcohol. For me, for some reason, not having any alcohol or gluten kept me away from ovarian cysts. And so in that thumbnail that you would see for this, the thumbnail you see, one of the photo is the scan of ovarian cyst rupture. So I had several ovarian cyst rupture, and it was so painful. And twice I was taken to ER. And honestly, I think I've had a few more. I just didn't go to ER or see a doctor. But one of the photo, the doctor said that after the rupture, she checked echography, and she found about 500 milliliter of blood was in my stomach due to ovarian cyst rupture. And so that could have been very dangerous. Some people die from it. And I know the last time I had a rupture was 2014. I'm gonna double check it. 2014, in December, and at that time I was having alcohol and gluten, and it's for social reason. I was dating someone who was consuming a lot of that, and I just accompany. I never enjoyed drinking alcohol, but I just it's just I'm a social drinker, and I can drink a lot. So I ended up drinking a little too much, and the cyst came back and ended up rupturing. So that was my ovarian cyst story, and it never came back because and then I realized that it's alcohol and gluten is not for me. Although I did eat some gluten after, especially going to France with baguette. I do think I have overindulged it, and then after 4 years of indulging too much, well, maybe I think I indulged on gluten like baguette for first year or so, and my body just could not handle anymore. So I haven't touched on gluten for a long time. So yes, it's important to talk about this hormonal imbalance with eczema, which I am experiencing now. So in 2004, when I started raw vegan diet, it was I was hoping that I would overcome this ovarian cyst and severe case of eczema, which helped me a lot. So ovarian cyst, I got the recipe not to ever get ovarian cyst. It was alcohol and gluten, and it was easy. And But eczema was a little more trickier. So I think because of this hormonal imbalance, I I would have a skin flare up before my period, and it was getting a bit tricky to deal with it. Even though I would stay on fully raw vegan diet for a long period of time, it would come back time to time. And as I mentioned about adenomyosis, which I have been diagnosed about 8 years ago, my skin condition also started to get worse. So in the beginning, I thought it's because I moved to France, and there the weather is drier and the water is hard, so it was harsh on my skin. And I already have a very sensitive skin. I cannot put any foundation. And yeah, whatever I put as a lotion, I get itchy. So I thought it was just because of the environmental change. And now I have been back in Japan for 4 years, and my skin has been pretty good. But this year, I am now back to fully raw, but I am having I actually had one of the worst skin flare ups. I was so frustrated because I was paying so much attention to what I eat, and I've committed to fully raw vegan because I wanted to keep it simple. And I'm not dogmatic saying that I'm gonna stay on raw vegan for the rest of my life. It's just that I wanted to keep it as simple as possible. So uh, because I've been paying a lot of attention, and also I've been paying attention to omega-3 and 6 fatty acids balance, and that seemed to work a little bit. But recently I had a major flare-ups, and I was thinking, like, I'm eating lots of greens and lots of omega-3 fatty acids, which is chia seeds and flax seeds. I even stopped eating any kind of nuts. So um, sometimes, well, I would take Brazilian nuts. That seemed to be okay. And I don't take almonds, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. Walnuts used to be my favorite go-to omega-3 fatty acids nuts, but I realized plugging in that information of what I eat in the chronometer, I've realized that even a little bit of walnuts would off balance my omega-3 and 6 fatty acids. So I'm not eating that walnuts, and that was a huge thing. And I kind of replaced it with my homemade natto. And in the beginning, it was working well, but somehow it seems to irritate my skin. So I've stopped eating natto for the last 3-4 days. And as a lot of people talk about Dr. Brooke Goldner's protocol on adding lots of chia seeds and flax seeds and even flaxseed oil. And I was very much against this processed oil. I haven't taken it in a long time. But because whatever I was working on was this clean diet with lots of greens and seasonal fruits, my skin wasn't healing so quickly. So I said, okay, let me give it a try. So I started with a very small bottle, and for 5 days or so, I would say no, 4 days, I was feeling fantastic. And I was actually quite impressed with the healing, how quickly my skin was healing. I do think it was thanks to flaxseed oil. And then the fourth day, fifth day, sixth day goes, and I was feeling so heavy. And I had to stop it. So I stopped taking flaxseed oil. This is 2 days. So yeah, 3 days ago was the last time. And if you see some of the latest videos, you would see how, I mean, I think you can see how heavy I was. Like heavy as in I didn't have this uplifting energy. When I wake up, I would be on the floor for hours and hours, and I just couldn't move. I felt like I was eating like a very heavy cooked food, and I was on a food coma. And I was thinking, I'm on this clean raw vegan diet, and why am I like this? So, oh hi, 21st Century Homestead. Thank you, Rocky Wright and friends. I ate some walnuts today. I did soak them, but I think I need to chill out on them. Yeah, I when I eat walnuts, I always soak and dehydrate after. And my husband eats walnuts every day, and he doesn't he doesn't have to soak them before. So we have a two batch of walnuts. Him, he eats just the raw walnuts unsoaked, and I always have to soak and dehydrate it. So yeah, everyone's body is different, and it's important to pay attention to your journey. So this is a very vulnerable information for me again, because I'm still going through this adenomyosis disease, I guess you can call it. And I have stopped my period last year. I started taking a pill for 6 months, starting from August, I think, or August or September. And my period stopped in last year, October. So I didn't have any cycle for 10 months, which I felt amazing. I don't want to take any kind of pills, but I almost died last year, losing so much blood. And yeah, it was too risky for me to continue, and hoping that this raw vegan would fix everything. So I have been feeling good. Then just a week ago, I started to have my light period back. And right before that period, it was around the time I started to feel the skin flare-ups. And to be honest, my skin hasn't been that great since this March, even though I have been paying a lot of attention in a lot of greens, a lot of kales and crucifix veggies like cabbage. I eat a lot of cabbage, onions, but somehow it was just getting worse and worse. So Rocky said, I started getting hormonal imbalance in my 30s. They are really hard to manage, even with blood tests. Yes, and I don't want to do HRT because there are so many side effects. That's interesting. Someone who is on it, like my friend is on it, and she says that it's excellent for her. I have a slow digestion, so soaking is a must. Yes, definitely. I feel for you. Your situation sounds so complex. Yes. So yes, going back to what I was saying on September 11th, is I do think, well, it's clear my this hormonal imbalance started after, I don't know, 6 months or a year after September 11th, and I have done a lot of detox. Like I've done you name it. Like I've done all the detox protocol, and I've done, I've been on the on this raw vegan diet for such a long period of time, and for some reason eczema would come back time to time, and this adenomyosis, which I haven't been sharing with so many people, and I was hiding from this internet world, and I was really hoping that this raw vegan diet would fix it, but again, I was just too risky. So I took the pill, and because I suppressed this cycle, and now it's coming back. I'm not taking any pill for let's see, I started taking it in September. So I think since February or early February or late January, I stopped taking that pill to stop my cycle. It's now coming back, and I have an appointment with my gynecologist in 2 weeks. So I'll let you know what the result is. But I know that adenomyosis is still there. My stomach is still kind of big and bloated. And I do hope that it's much smaller, but I'm not going to take advantage. And, last year was a good wake up call for me, because I hate taking any kind of pills. Like I prefer, even painkiller, I prefer to suffer so much than just taking that pill so that I can get by the day. And I have experienced a lot on pain, so I can handle a lot of pain. So it was a big thing for me to take this pill for 6 months to stop the pill. But after I would have to reconsider taking a hormonal pill, or we'll see. I have two options that I'm thinking. But if my endometriosis is too big and my hormonal balance is still quite off, I will take the medicine to help me. So Rocky writes in friends said that I think HRT works for someone with your hormones like estrogen, or are they all normal? So my friend who's doing HRT, her hormonal balance was completely off. I have to double check. I last time I saw my gynecologist, she said that it's not that off. So we'll see. And HRT on top of that, it's not quite common here in Japan. So my gynecologist might not be able to provide me even if I wanted it. So. And Rocky said, could you feel the cyst when you had the large one? You seem very petite. Yeah, so it's an interesting thing, because when I had the ovarian cyst, so like 8 centimeter, so that was in 2003. My gynecologist was really shocked that to say that, to find out that I didn't feel it. Like only when I had intercourse, I felt it. And then my boyfriend at that time said that, maybe I should go see gynecologist. And that's when I found it. But generally, I didn't feel it. Yeah. But for adenomyosis, I definitely felt it. And my stomach sometime on the left side would be like so big. Like I can... And adenomyosis is not a cyst. It's around the muscle, but I would have like the bump on my stomach. So I could definitely feel it with adenomyosis. So, what do I do now? Maybe it was caused by September 11 attack, and because I worked there for 6 months and I was there almost every single day on long hours work. So I have inhaled that debris, which was very dangerous for our body. But, that's my life, and I'm dealing with what I can do now. But I did wanted to share about this flaxseed oil. So flaxseed oil seemed to help a lot of people. Like, if you guys might know Sky in Australia, she's it has been taking flaxseed oil quite a bit, and she says that it's helping a lot. And frankly, for the first 3 days, I was so happy with flaxseed oil. And I said, wow, I found the solution, and maybe it's not a long-term solution, but for this period of time that I have skin flare-up, I was happy to incorporate that, and it was just not for me. So maybe 4 or 5 days, I was so frustrated. I was on the floor. I've shared this on my Instagram on Namadō Kiko. If you follow me, you might know the story. So maybe last Saturday and Sunday, I was just on the floor, and I felt so much heaviness from flaxseed oil. And I also was taking flaxseed powder on top of it to cure this skin flare-up as soon as possible. So you see, I was getting, you can see a bit of red spots, and I was getting red spots. And then here you would see some, you see there that these spots were appearing. When I was on the floor, I was just feeling so sorry for myself. What now? Like, I'm doing so much effort, and what else can I do? And my husband looked at me, and he just remembered something. So when I was in France, my skin was so sensitive, I went to see a dermatologist. And I think it's the specialist of a dermatologist called allergolog. Sorry, I don't remember the name of. So anyway, I went to a specialist for the skin condition that I had, and they actually found that I am allergic to birch and platana, and there are 3 or 4 categories. But what was more interesting was the birch allergy. Hi, Creative Heart. Thank you so much for joining. Creative Heart say, I bought some flax oil, but haven't taken it yet. Try from like half a teaspoon or something. It works so good for my first 3 days. And if you see my videos from last week, oh my God, I just didn't feel like myself. I was feeling so heavy. The interview with Miranda was quite horrible for me because I wasn't sharp enough, and I did solo video after that, and I recommend you not seeing it. But if you want to watch it just for 1 minute to see the difference of my energy, usually I wake up in the morning with full of energy. I'm so excited and so positive, optimistic, and I don't know for how long, 10 days that I was forcing myself to take the flaxseed oil. I felt so heavy, and I just couldn't be myself. I felt like I had a very heavy processed cooked food. So I was kind of pushing it so I could heal all my skin, but it was just getting worse. And my husband said, maybe you should stop it. Then again, last weekend, my husband mentioned about the allergy test. So when I took this allergy test, I think it was in 2019, Birch allergy was so strange. And my husband and I, we love hiking, so we go into the forest, and I go close to Birch, and I didn't see any difference. So I said, maybe it's minor, it doesn't affect. Then my husband just last weekend, when I was just on the floor, I couldn't move because of the heaviness of the oil that I was taking, and my stomach was also so bloated that maybe this birch pollen is not something that I touch directly, but it's related to what it's affected to what I eat. So we searched, and he helped me search a lot. And someone who has birch pollen, you could be allergic to protein that's very similar to birch pollen. So when I saw the list, I was shocked, and I was so sad because those are the fruits that I eat nowadays. So Peaches in Japan is so beautiful. I've been indulging myself eating so much, and this year peach in Japan is good, so juicy, so sweet. Unlike last year was a disaster, and I was eating so much of it. So peach is one of it. Apple, kiwi, prunes. I mean, those are the things that I eat every single day. And then what else? Even celery and parsley. And but it just kind of made sense to me that, and it's one of the reasons I was not fully raw vegan, because when sometime most of the time I feel great with fully raw vegan, but sometimes I'm getting some flare-ups on my skin, and it could be related to my allergy. So I did the blood test 2 days ago, and I'm waiting for the results. I'm gonna see my dermatologist next Tuesday, and I've tested with fruits that I eat, and also I tested again with birch pollen. Yeah, so hey, I'm being raw vegan and love fruits, and maybe I might be allergic to all of that. Creative Hurt says, "Gosh, you're trying so hard, and it gets so discouraging. I bet." Yeah, I feel so bad, so sorry for myself. But you know what? I do think that when you hit that dark, like rock bottom. I wouldn't say this weekend was rock bottom, but it was very, very frustrating, and I get excited at the same time. Like I'm so frustrated and so sad and so I feel hopeless. But at the same time, when I hit that wall, I know that I should be excited, because that's how I discovered raw vegan diet. I'm so happy uh, that I discovered raw vegan diet. I would have never stuck with raw vegan diet had I not had these issues. And I feel great. And it's not just so much of a physical issues, that spiritually I feel so much better. I feel me, like true me. I feel like I can find true me with this diet. So it was definitely worth it. So I do think I'm onto something. So, okay, so the birch pollen, I might do a little more blood test again to find if I'm allergic to some other food, because I know that I react to quite a few things like cashews. It's a immediate reaction. I react so bad. Even tahini, I haven't used it in a long time. I love this tahini, but it's not worth it for me. And what else? So that birch pollen, also the food allergy, and also hormonal imbalance. And I think my story is hormonal imbalance and with allergy. And I will find my way someday. But my life is not too bad. I have irritation on my skin, like under my underarm, like it gets so itchy. But I'm avoiding fruits I might be allergic to. So it seems to be better. Since yesterday, it has been calmer. I didn't have a skin flare up since Monday, so it's getting better. Creative Heart says maybe these bumps are going to get the bottom of what are causing the flares. Yes, exactly, Creative Heart. You're so intuitive. I do think so. So like my husband was saying that it's a good thing, get excited. And yeah, I am. It is frustrating, but always back of my head that, when you are going through such a hard time, it's one of the that's where you find a key to have a better future. So that's where I am. And what else I wanted to share? So again, flaxseed oil or flaxseed powder, it seems to work well with many people. And I might be allergic to flaxseed. I've noticed that when I took flaxseed crackers or recipe with lots of flaxseed powder, for some reason I'm getting some skin reaction, and it's very difficult to pinpoint because I am eating a lot of things, and seasonally I change my food, right? Like I like eating seasonal fruits and vegetable. So I'm thinking like, what is causing it? But I did notice about flaxseed, and I've been eating flaxseed, brown flaxseed powdered. I buy it in seed and I make it powder, and I thought maybe golden one is better. And I recently bought the all golden one, and I seem to have a similar reaction to it. And I think with this flaxseed oil, I definitely saw the allergy reaction. Which what's so frustrating is that it's a delayed allergy. So first few days it's okay. I don't, I even see like a positive reaction to it. But 4 days going into it, I feel like a crap. It's the same thing with chia seeds, having 3 to 4 tablespoons per day. Just my stomach was so bloated, and it was not comfortable. I almost Creative Heart said, oh my god, I almost asked if you were allergic to flax. I think it's yeah. Oh really? Oh, it's relatively common. Interesting. So my husband, he's a great researcher, and he found. I know that for sesame, I'm reacting to it, and my husband said that it's often like if I'm allergic to sesame, it's a similar family. And so anyway, I would know more with the test. I was never pro allergy test because I thought there's so many things that I eat in a day, that it's so hard to pinpoint. Like how many tests do I have to get? But I'm not eating any animal foods, and there are a limited list of allergy tests. And yeah, I prefer to get some help from this medical system, and see what I can do with it. So let's see, what did I cover everything I wanted to share? So hormonal imbalance began after September 11. My struggles with skin conditions, and that's something I wasn't feeling comfortable to share because raw vegan diet is amazing and vegan diet is amazing as well. But, I didn't want it to come out and share something negative because even if I'm having some issues, I am so much better than before. But people who are not on this diet, who has never tried this diet, they would say, oh, she hasn't cured, so it's not worth it. It's already raw, being raw vegan is challenging. So, very surgery, like living with adenomyosis. Yeah, so I think that I have shared all I wanted to share today. I'm still new to this YouTube, and I'm so grateful, and sweet people like Creative Hurt, JJ, Rocky Rights, and 21st Century Homestay join and say hello. You guys are so. It helps me so much to be able to share. And sometimes I just wonder if it's worth it because it takes a lot of time for me. It took me like 3 hours, 4 hours to prepare, like, and try to construct myself. What should I be sharing so that some people can benefit from my information? So I do hope that whatever I shared is give you some kind of insights. I am definitely, I'm not a doctor. I am not recommending anyone to do anything. And for me, on this raw vegan journey, I have never had, like, I've never been to the raw vegan retreat, so I never had this raw vegan tribe until this year, publishing my book. And thankfully, I am part of this beautiful raw vegan community. But before then, all I did was just consume as much raw vegan YouTube channel or Instagram and get inspired from it, because I do feel great about with this diet, and I don't have anyone around me, so I might as well get inspired with some beautiful creators online. So, oh, thank you so much, Creative Heart. She said, I benefit from your bias. I really appreciate it. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for joining. And if you have any questions or comments, or your experience, I would love to hear it. I have a raw vegan cafe in Kyoto downtown. If you don't follow my Instagram is Namadō Kiko, which is the same name for YouTube channel. And every week I have a very special connection, and it's been already, I started in February, so March, April, May, June, July, August. It's been 6 months. It's been 6 months. So I'm proud of myself to continue, even though sometimes there's no one showing up. And usually 1 or 2 or 3 people come. But I'm grateful that I can serve people and be able to connect with people who are interested in my creation. So thank you so much, everyone, for your comments, and I will see you soon. Bye.